Welcome to the complete lesson for The Frog Prince. In this video, you'll find the listening, grammar, and vocabulary lessons all in one place. Whether you're studying from start to finish or reviewing the story at your own pace, this complete lesson has everything you need. Let's get started.
Long ago, there was a king who had many daughters. All of them were beautiful, but the youngest princess was the most beautiful of all. Near the king's castle, there was a large forest. In the forest, there was an old well under a big tree. On warm days, the young princess liked to sit by the well. She had a favorite toy. It was a small golden ball. She liked to throw the ball into the air and catch it again. One day, she threw the ball very high, but this time she did not catch it. The ball fell to the ground and rolled into the well. The princess ran to the well and looked down, but the well was very deep. She could not see the ball. "My golden ball!" she cried. "I lost my golden ball!" She began to cry louder and louder. Suddenly, she heard a voice. "Why are you crying, princess?" the voice asked. She looked around and saw a frog in the water. The frog had a big head and round eyes. "My golden ball fell into the well," said the princess. "Don't cry," said the frog. "I can bring your ball back. But first, you must promise me something." "What do you want?" asked the princess. "I want to be your friend," said the frog. Princess wanted her ball very much. She did not really want to be friends with the frog. But she said, "Yes, I promise." So the frog jumped into the water. After a moment, he came back with the golden ball in his mouth. The princess was very happy. She picked up the ball and ran back to the castle. "Wait!" cried the frog. "Take me with you." But the princess did not listen. She ran home and soon forgot about the frog. The next day, the princess was eating dinner with the king. Suddenly, they heard a strange sound on the stairs. Splish, splash, splish, splash. Then, someone knocked on the door. "Princess, open the door," said a voice. The princess opened the door and saw the frog. She quickly closed the door again and ran back to the table. The king saw that she was afraid. "My child, what is wrong?" he asked. The frog knocked again. "Princess, open the door," he said. "You made a promise." So the princess opened the door. The frog hopped inside and followed her to the table. "Push your plate closer," said the frog. "Let us eat together." The princess felt unhappy, but she did it. After dinner, the frog said, "I'm tired. Take me to your room. I want to sleep." The princess began to cry. "I don't want a frog in my bed," she said. But the king was angry. "He helped you," said the king. "You must be kind." So the princess picked up the frog with 2 fingers and carried him up the stairs. She put him in a corner of her room, but the frog jumped onto her bed. "I want to sleep too," he said. Now the princess was very angry. She picked up the frog and threw him against the wall. "Leave me alone," she cried. But when the frog fell to the floor, something amazing happened. He was not a frog anymore. He was a young prince
with kind eyes. A wicked witch changed me into a frog, he said. Only you could break the spell. The next morning, a beautiful carriage came to take them to the prince's kingdom. And they lived happily ever after. The end. Excellent work. Now that you've listened to the story, let's look at the grammar used in the story. As we go through the examples, think about how the grammar helps to tell the story and express meaning. Let's begin the grammar section. Let's start by looking at these examples from the story. The princess threw the ball fell into the well, the frog brought the ball back. When did these actions happen? Past or present? The answer is they happened in the past. So we use the past simple to talk about completed actions in the past. Now let's look at the examples from the story again. Can you say these sentences in the present? Let's go through it together. So the first one, the princess threw the ball becomes the princess throws the ball. The ball fell into the well becomes the ball falls into the well. The frog brought back the ball becomes the frog brings the ball back. When it comes to moving between past and present tense, there are two types of verbs, regular and irregular. Regular verbs are the easiest. We simply add ed to the end of the present tense. Look at these examples. Play becomes played, jump becomes jumped, promise becomes promised. And the example sentence, the princess promised the frog. The only time this rule changes is when the word ends in a Y and a consonant comes before the Y. Then change the Y to I and add ed. Look at the examples. So, the word play, stay, and enjoy all have vowels before the Y, and therefore we add ed. But the words cry and study have consonants before the Y. So we change the Y to an I, and then we add ed. Also, please note, the ed can be pronounced in 3 ways. For example, play becomes played, as in dog. Jump becomes jumped, as in talk. And want becomes wanted, as in ed, like in education. Played, jumped, wanted. With irregular verbs, the change in spelling can be very different. This means that there is no easy rule, and you might have to memorize these. We actually already saw some examples of these. So, threw comes from throws, fell comes from falls, brought comes from brings. So these are some examples of irregular verbs. As you can see, the spellings between the present and the past are very different. One of the most used irregular verbs in English is the verb to be. So, for example, I am and I was, you are, you were, we are, we were, they are, and they were. He is, he was, she is, she was, it is, it was. When it comes to the negative form, we use did not plus the base verb, or didn't as the contraction. For example, the princess did not help the frog. Or with the contraction, the short form, she didn't listen to the frog. The last thing we'll look at today is common time markers for the past. Time markers are words that help us know what tense we are using. For the past, these words are the following. For example, yesterday, last night, last week, or last month, or last year, and one day. Let's look at the sentences. I visited my friend yesterday, so that happened in the past. She watched a movie last night, so that also happened in the past. One day, the princess lost her ball, also in the past. And in the story, we had one other time marker, long ago. Long ago, there was a king with many daughters. Now let's practice. You have 3 exercises to complete with the answers as well. Our first exercise. The instructions. Use the words in brackets to fill in the blank about the story. Use the past simple. So pause the video and complete the exercise. And on the next slide, we have the answers. Take as much time as you need. And here are the answers to the exercise just below the word. Again, pause the video and check your work. Exercise 2. Use the words in brackets to fill in the blank about the story. Use the simple past, similar to the last one. Pause the video, take as long as you need, and then we will check your answers. And here are the answers to the previous exercise. Again, pause the video and check your answers. Last exercise. Again, use the words in the brackets to fill in the blank about the story. Use past simple. Pause the video and complete the exercise. And here are your answers for the last exercise. Pause the video and check your answers. And now, tell your story. So, what did you do yesterday? Write 2 sentences in the comments. Try to use them with an English-speaking friend and come back and tell us how it went. Great job! Now that you've explored the grammar from the story, let's take a closer look at some useful words and phrases. Understanding this vocabulary will help you follow the story more easily and use the language on your own. Let's begin the vocabulary section.
Remember these sentences from the story? Why are you crying, princess? The voice asked. And wait, cried the frog, take me with you. They both use the word cry, but do they mean the same thing? Let's take a look. Cry can mean crying tears, usually because we're sad, but it can also have another meaning. Cry can also mean to shout loudly. Look at the punctuation in the sentence. Wait, exclamation point. So when we say, wait, cried the frog, we mean when the frog said, wait, he was shouting loudly, not that he was crying tears. Let's look at another common word, and see what other meanings it has. The word is unhappy. Let's look at the example. The princess felt unhappy, but she did it. My question is, was the princess sad? Usually, we know that happy and sad mean opposite things. You might also know that another word for sad is unhappy, meaning not happy. So unhappy can mean sad, but it can also mean something else. Look at the last frog's expression. He looks a little bit angry or annoyed. And if we remember the story, the princess did not like the frog and did not want to eat with him, so she was unhappy. Let's continue with some new lines. All of them were beautiful, but the youngest princess was the most beautiful. Do you know any synonyms or other words for beautiful? Here's an example, pretty. But which one do you think is stronger? Words can have similar meanings, but some are stronger than others. Let's look at another example. What about okay and great? Great is a stronger word than okay. There is a difference between saying you feel great, meaning very good, versus okay, which is just a little bit good. Let's look at these next words. Splish splash, splish splash. This is the sound that water makes. We have many words that describe sounds. The big word for words for sounds is onomatopoeia. Don't worry, you don't have to memorize that, but it's good to know. Here are a few more examples. Boom, the sound of an explosion. Crack, the sound of something breaking. And pitter-patter, the sound of rain. The last thing we'll look at today is a phrase. So the princess picked up the frog with 2 fingers and carried him upstairs. When we pick something up with 2 fingers, we do this because we don't want to touch it. Maybe because it's dirty or disgusting. Remember how the princess did not like the frog? So when she picked him up, she used 2 fingers. So we've come to the end of our vocabulary lesson. So here's a quick recap of everything we've learned. Cry versus cry, same word, different meaning. Similar meanings, but stronger versus weaker meanings, such as pretty and beautiful. Splish splash, which is the sound of water, and we learned that we have many words that describe sounds. And lastly, a phrase, picked up with 2 fingers, meaning that she or he didn't want to touch something.
Congratulations! You've just completed the Frog Prince lesson. Do you understand the story a little better the second time? That's a sign your English is improving. If you'd like to review any section again, you'll find the links to the individual listening, grammar, and vocabulary lessons in the description below. Ready to keep learning? Check out another story and continue building your English one story at a time. I'll see you in the next lesson.